I'll cut all that bit.
I am an optimist, actually.
Can we both apologise now?
Just a horrible knob reference.
Morning, madam. Could I interest you in a bucket?
Oh, what are you like?
When I did that, I was thinking about you.
Yeah.
See?
And that's great.
Just wrote some little things and little bits of research and...
What are you going to do next, animals?
I might. All right, now then, here we go. Now, Frank. Frank, what have you got written in your passport as your job?
Professional entertainer. Gigolo? No? OK, right, well, forget that then.
I don't have anything there, actually, which means that when they say, are you a doctor? I could say, yes, I am.
I don't think we have that anymore.
Yes, we do.
Do we?
Oh, well, it depends. My passport was 10 years ago.
I think
Since
you'll find...
10 years.
I think you'll find we don't have an occupation in our passport anymore. Am I wrong? Am I right? I don't think we do.
He's right.
Scribble that question out.
Oh, get rid of that one. If they don't know, and somebody asks you what job you do, what do you say you do?
I'm a purveyor of mirth.
I'm a bringer of joy.
I've always seen myself as a writer, you see.
You wouldn't own up to any of your comedy
Yeah,
career,
when somebody
then.
asks me that, I go, I'm a sort of writer. That's what I say.
Actor/writer.
I think I still say actor/writer. I'm still a bit scared of comedian just because I'm not a stand-up and I feel that actual stand-ups are going to gang up and kill me because I somehow haven't earned this, this
I kind
great title.
If I was on a train and I was going to get away from them quickly afterwards, I might just say I work in the city, or I train Labradors for the blind. But in fact, I wouldn't say that because that would spark a conversation.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
interesting,
it would.
and I'd be out of my depth very quickly.
So you don't say I'm a comic?
No.
Do you not think that's a proper job, then?
My terror with if I said, even when even when that was my only job, a stand-up comedian, I would be very slow to say I'm a comedian because there's then, that what the next question's going to be.
Tell us, gag.
Yeah, and I don't know any jokes, so I can't tell you. And then they're kind of going, what sort of idiot is he? Moron.
Not a very good comedian.
Yes, I hope he's got the money to pay for this cab.
It's a stupid job sometimes, but it's a proper job.
To pretend you have a job, and you have to pretend that you go into work and nod everyone. Morning. Imaginary workmates. Right. Oh, nippy. Let's go over to the water cooler, chat about TV last night. Oh, did you see? Yeah, good, wasn't it? Yeah, it's brilliant. At the end of the day, nick a load of stationery from your own house.
I think it's a grift. I view it very much as a grift, and I'm very grateful. And I think, a couple of years in real work, 9 to 5 or whatever it is, 8 till 6 these days, it's tough. It's a tough job, and this is a real kind of... It's a great... If you can make your living telling jokes, why wouldn't you?
I just figure that if somebody can go to work, you're asking people to come and see you, and they're doing 8 hours a day, whether it be at Pronto Print or in an iron forge, you can do 5 or 6 sitting at a desk, just going...
Well, it's bloody hard work.
It's not.
Of course it's a proper job.
It's not a job.
Well, what's a proper job?
Plastering's a proper job.
Why do you think it's not a proper
Plasterers'
job?
lives would be very empty without comedy.
Yeah, comedian's flat would be very sort of bare without a bit of plaster.
Well, you could always just nail up some
There
plywood.
are modern materials that you can bypass the plaster with, Charlie, and that hurts for a lot of plasterers.
Yeah.
Why do you really think it's not a proper job? I'm interested in this.
Look,
'cause
I
I've got a
love
feeling
it. No, I
don't
love
think
it.
is
I
it
love
because
it.
it's easy for you?
No, I don't think it's easy.
I think if you ask sort of younger comedians these days, they probably would say it's a proper job because a lot of them, they'll think about it from a young age. They'll go and they'll train for it and they'll study for it. Someone like Matt Lucas grew up. All he wanted to do was comedy. He watched everything. He was obsessive about it, and he does it. And I'm sure he would say it's a proper job.
It's a bit like gambling, where the further you get into debt, the more you've got to gamble in order to get yourself out. Because the problem is that I started doing comedy when I was 18, and so I've been doing it 15 years, but to the exclusion of anything else. So I don't think I have many other skills. So I could learn how to work in a shop, but I haven't done it yet, so I would have to learn it. So I wouldn't readily be able to do anything else, I think.
Comedy is something you do because there's nothing else you know how or want to do. Whether they pay you $1 or $1 million, you're just gonna do it, you know? I remember my father telling me the same thing I told my kid. What are you gonna, yeah, that's all good and well, but for a living, what are you gonna do for a living? You don't put those things together. You do that because there really isn't anything else that you even wanna be good at, you know? It's a necessity.
To me, it's just, I mean, it's like the air you breathe. I mean, you can't think, I'm going to have a day off from being funny today. I'm not going to think of anything funny. I'm really going to concentrate on the other stuff, you know? It's just
What
not...
is that?
Yeah. No, but
other
there's
stuff.
plenty of serious stuff to think about. I think I'll think about that today. And if I have a conversation with anyone, I won't try and lighten things and, you know, avoid the real big issues by trying to make it funny. Because I have a day off.
Because I'm serious today.
I have a day off.
It's a sort of calling then for you in a funny way, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, not like the priesthood. I'm not touching kids.
No, but vocational in the kind of, you know, you've landed on something that's the right thing.
Yeah, I'm just sorry, I'm very self-conscious in interviews because I always think whenever you sort of go, oh yes, it's a vocation and I love it and stuff, you're always aware someone's watching this going, yeah, but you're shit.
I think it's a very important job, comedy. I think making people laugh. You feel better after a good laugh. You always do, you know what I mean? So if somebody can make you laugh, you're drawn to that person, like a moth to a flame.
Because it kind of makes us mortal. It's that kind of great leveler, and when you're laughing, you're equal. There's very few stand-up tragedy clubs. Good evening. Hello, my name is Orestes. Ah! But seriously, don't you hate it when you come home and your wife has gone off with others? Eyebrow, if I was fighting in another country... Hold on a moment. Oh, gods, must you make me suffer? But seriously...
If you're not immediately ready to take the piss out of everything, then I think you're going to be too far the other way and essentially too accepting of things. And I don't believe in a world where people have a good balanced view and take the piss out of the risible and don't take the piss out of the sensible. I think you either say we're piss takers or we're not. And if we're not, we'll be too accepting and open to tyranny. And that's why the North Koreans are in the state they're now.
Yes. People with a sense of humour don't fly aeroplanes into buildings full of people.
I must say that armed robbers hate comedians more than any other occupation. What's the first thing they say to you? Don't try anything funny. One funny move and you've had it.
Have you got any rituals or superstitions or anything you do before you go on stage or before you start a show?
When I started doing stand-up, I absolutely did. I had one set of clothes. But I had these shoes, these green suede trainers, and I had to wear them. And I had some orange trousers, and I had to wear them. And a kind of green top, I had to wear that.
As your lucky things?
Not even lucky. I had to wear them.
My suits, I never sit down in them or round in them. I put them on the very last minute, the suit. Because I don't want to look like a bag of spanners walking on there. I want them to walk on and say, cool, that's a nice suit. Bob Hope told me, first 2 minutes, let them look at the clothes and see how classy you look.
I always have a sneak through the curtains or from the side at the audience. See them sitting there so you can see them all and you go, look at you, you cunts.
You know, when you come across stumble things which really help you but by accident, the dressing room was very far away from the toilet. So they said, once you're in, go to the toilet, and then half an hour the audience comes and you can't go to the toilet. I want to go to the toilet. I'd just forgotten completely, and I was stuck in there really pacing and desperate. You can't, the audience is coming in now, you can't. So I found this Volvic bottle, and I weed in the bottle. And I'd never done that before, and I felt so liberated. I thought, this feels good, this feels better than weeing in a toilet. And I felt so relaxed, and it was like naughty as well. And it felt, and I didn't have any nerves, and I kept telling my manager, "Can you leave a couple of bottles for me?" And I'm going to save it. But it was, but I found that was really helpful. But then I started doing it around the house. I started pissing in saucepans and things. I found it really liberating.
Oh, you didn't?
I did. It was really bad. And my wife.
Are you over it now?
I'm over it now. My wife had a very strong word with me.
And any preparation in terms of, do you have a little sleep in the afternoon if you're going to do a show in the evening?
Have a little sleep in the afternoon?
I'm talking about some people I know.
Have a little sleep? You think I'm geriatric or something?
No!
just before I go on stage, I'll get this kind of, okay, and people going, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, oh yeah. That's that weird kind of oxygen deprivation. And now, you know, I think it's just the brain going, all right, now, everybody, 5 minutes till curtain.
Yes, we need a little nap.
Nap? How are we doing? This is the medulla. Everything all right? Very good. Who's this? Colon. Relax the sphincter.
Ben Elton said to me once that he always goes for a nice shit before he goes on stage, partly to do with nerves, to settle himself and ready himself for the elongated performance, as far as he's concerned. But he told me that once, and it made me feel good about like what I do, which is exactly that as well. And I think a lot of people do. They have a nice
evacuate.
Todd. Yeah, you know, it's like, here's a fresh start. I've got no worries. I'm not going to have to dash off or ask somebody if I can borrow their hat. Is anyone wearing hats? Could they move to the front?
But you've not got lucky pants or anything like that, then?
No, I've never been lucky in my pants, no. No lucky pants. Say a little, hello, are you receiving me? Just, can you make this a good one, please?
Do you think it's a gift from God?
Oh, gosh. I mean, you'd have to accept the idea that God gives gifts, and I don't know if I feel that.
I think he helped in the first place, but I had to work at it a bit as well.
You've done your apprenticeship.
Oh, yeah, I
then.
did a bit, yeah.
What's your most perfect gig?
A small live gig.
No, big theatre, about 3,000 seaters full, absolutely jam.
I like a medium-sized theatre, I would say, is a very nice, close and intimate, but there's a big enough audience for the laughter to spread around. By that I mean, if one area isn't laughing so much, then they're all laughing at the back, and that makes it all right.
If they're not laughing enough, is there anything you do?
Yeah, I try to be funnier.
The most frightening gigs are the ones where there are about 12 people. And if you can see people's faces, I find that I can't deal with that at all. I can only be a performer by virtue of the fact that I've got lights shining straight into my face and I can see nothing at all.
There's something terrifying about just you and a microphone, and your only justification for being there is to be funny. And while that's true of a sketch as well, there's some sort of, there's some sort of cover that you're this character, or actually I'm in a shop, so you can't shout at me. Don't boo me off, I'm in a shop.
You can't boo me off, you can't boo me off. It's acting.
I had an experience in Kilkenny. I was in the middle of Jim Owen and Tommy Tiernan, who are like brilliant comedians, and I went on the middle, and it was like Jim Owen, aye, Omid Djalili, Tommy Tiernan, aye. It was like that, and I felt bad enough, so I was walking home, and this bloke came up to me, he goes, hey, just say you with Tommy. He goes, you didn't stand a chance, man, you're nothing, man. Tommy's up here, you're just like that, you're nothing, man. I said, now come on, I said, now listen you. Look, we're in Ireland, okay? Tommy's a rock star in Ireland, okay? I like to see Tommy do Kabul, okay? And then I went to bed and I dreamt that this big newspaper article said, Tommy storms Kabul. All these women in burqas kind of going, Tommy, like that. That's how vulnerable you get. You just think, I'm just no good. And you do lose confidence. You do lose, and I think confidence is so important.
I'm not toured for a long time, and part of me is like, oh God, can I still do it? How did I do that? Do you ever do that? Do you ever think, oh my God?
Totally. Well, sitting in this room with that stage right there, there's a microphone right there, look, and a stool. That's the rawest thing right there. I'd love to be able to do that.
Why do you constantly put yourself in that position of being rejected? And you do it for the rush. You do it for the rush when it works.
I think you're the kind of comedian who's so in control of what you're doing and so confident.
I wouldn't say confident. No.
Are you not confident then?
No, it's a test every time you go out there.
It appears, I mean, that's the idea, is that it appears like you walk on and you couldn't give a fuck, and it's a piece of piss, of course. I just happened to have 250 jokes in my head this evening. Imagine my surprise. But no, I don't think anyone's particularly... It's such a difficult thing because it's so easy to measure. It's so quantifiable, comedy. I mean, especially stand-up. When you go out in front of an audience, you either get a laugh or you don't. It's a It's an on-off response, and that response can't really be faked.
It's terribly simple. It's black and white. Do they laugh? Do they not laugh? If they don't laugh, you can't go on saying it's a bad audience. You can say that Monday night, and you can sort of say it and hope Tuesday night, but if they don't laugh on Wednesday night, you're not being funny, you know?
But stand-up's going to this gladiatorial place where we take on this, could be a bunch of bastards with some guy who wants to shout cunt at you, and he spends the whole evening just sitting there trying to shout it, and you go, as you come off from a gig, you'll say to people, okay, there's a weirdo down the left, he's giving me jip, they're over there, they've quietened down, I put the, you know, and you tell the next person on where the lay of the land is, where the energy is in the audience, and then they come on and they try and feel the same thing.
Then I'm aware of myself working. Okay, all right, we've got to manage that crowd there. There's some people that were kind of like girls that are screaming. Got to look after those girls, can't let, because that's going to become annoying. Right, there's them two blokes there that keep shouting, got to manage them. Right, you need to hit material now. You can't keep improvising because doing stuff on the paper, it seems too small and but tedious for that kind of room because it's a Saturday night and you know they want. So you know, like my mind is aware. I'm the puppeteer of myself.
There was that heckle came, and I came back at it with this brilliant line, and the place erupted. They didn't know I've done that put down before. They thought it was the first time I've ever thought of it, yes. When you do a great thing live, there is nothing like it. There is nothing like it. It's better than the best sex. It really is. Because it is sex. That's in there. That's part of it. When you've done a fantastic one, you feel like Eddie Murphy and Elvis all in one. You are king.
And then all blokes know, you get to that age and you start getting the same size as your dad. And he can't hit you no more. Like 14, 15, he'd go like that. Go to your room. And you go, no. King? No, Dad. Things are gonna change around here. You know, it didn't hit me, but it took a team of surgeons to remove that fag from my arse.
Is comedy an addiction?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be without it. I couldn't give it up. So, yeah, definitely it is for me. I do sort of totally get a rush off of it. I get a kick out of it. I love it.
And also, you know, the chemicals that are released when you're laughing, other people are laughing, they are happy chemicals, aren't they? They're the same as, like, when you're in love.
Oh, yes, telling jokes is definitely a habit.
Anyone that really is doing this has got to be a bit mad, haven't they?
I think it's quite scary. You have to be careful, don't you, that you don't... Because you start replacing real relationships with sort of the love you get from an audience, which is... Because, you know, you can't really... It's not really a real relationship, is it?
No, but it's validation of some sort.
It's great, yeah. Lots of strangers sort of telling you you're brilliant, and then you don't really need people close to you to say that to you anymore. And then you stop saying it to people close to you because you're thinking, what's wrong with you? Why are you so needy? And you forget you're getting 5,000 people going, yeah, this is brilliant.
It's just you, isn't it? You want all of... You don't want the other members of the band. You don't want a set. You don't want, you know, Noel Coward to get any of the... You know, Shakespeare to get any of the glory. You want it all for yourself. Just you. Nobody else. Everybody else, go away. Me.
I have a sickness like every other entertainer, to be the star, to be the belle of the ball, to be the center of the stage, to be the feature attraction. And I got the disease as much as anybody else, and I can't pretend I'm any different.
Helps if you're damaged goods a bit. You know, we've all got... you know, it sounds stupid, but I think that there aren't very many of us who are kind of happy-go-lucky. Hey, everything's fine. We're not all fine.
I always thought with, like, Hancock and Coogan, people like that, I sort of thought, like, you know, like, if you lived on an island, you'd think, I better become a good swimmer. So I sort of think that if you're a depressed person, that there's a tendency to learn how to be funny.
My theory is that if you have a, dare I say, a heightened sense of comedy, it's not so surprising that you might have a heightened sense of tragedy as well on the same side, that you are afflicted by that. I mean, as much as I can... I will seek out a comedy film to watch. I will actively avoid watching something that I know will upset me because I can't really cope with it very well.
Not all comedians are depressed, but I think a very large number of them are.
Why is that?
Well, I think they find that making people laugh makes them feel better in the short term.
There's that little window after a great performance when you are untouchable. You feel great. But 20 minutes later, you're in the car and you're going home. And you go, oh God, it's gone. I've got to do it again.
I really used to find it hard to, because there's no, I sort of think, what do you do once you've come off? Because particularly with live stand-up, you can have thousands of people laughing at you, loving you, and then you just go home. What am I going to do? I'm on my own. Oh no. You have to find something, and that's why, again, I'm not advocating it, but sort of drugs, you sort of think, oh, at least it brings you down, closes your head off, puts you to bed. You need something, there needs to be some punctuation. You can't just go to bed.
I think after gigs is the hardest time for comics. I really, truly believe that. It's a danger zone, that.
Yeah.
Danger. Because also you feel powerful.
Yeah.
And I think it's a dangerous feeling. I know for Len it is.
Yeah.
He's learned over the years, must go home.
Go home.
Go
Don't
home.
be
And I will try to be up so that there's conversation that can happen that goes, ooh, ooh, ooh,
right,
ooh,
bring him
ooh,
down,
ooh,
talk him down
that.
like a hostage
Yeah.
negotiator.
Otherwise, want to go dancing. Who's your sternest critic?
I am. I'm very, very critical of my own stuff.
Myself? Probably me.
Would that be the same for you then?
Yeah, him.
The Lord God Jesus Christ. I'm joking. He's imaginary.
14-year-old Pakistani boys.
Big, white, Essex men. I want them to like me.
I would hate to be doing something that my wife thought, what did you do that for? It's rubbish. We've been together for 20 years, so I would know if she was pulling the wool over my eyes and saying, yeah, it was great. It was really good. You should do more panel shows.
She keeps me from getting full of myself. On Wednesdays, they pick up trash. So late Tuesday afternoon, Jenny will say to me, you want to take the recyclables out and put them out on the street? And I will say to her, do you think Joanne Woodward asked Paul Newman to take the recyclables out and put them on the street? To which she replies, if you were Paul Newman, I wouldn't ask you to take the recyclables out.
You asked for that. You so asked for that.
I said to my brother, oh, did you see any of Comic Relief when they had the, Lou and Andy and Brian Potter and the Proclaimers song? And he went, no, I didn't see it yet. I will. I just haven't got round to it. And I just, my brother hasn't seen it yet. But then I showed it to him. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I liked it. And I just, those few words, just because ultimately, certainly once you've had a bit of success and you've really made lots of people laugh, you do want to make your mum and your dad and your brother and your partner laugh, don't you? Really,
My dad came to see me. I knew he didn't really understand everything I did, but he just came backstage because I loved every minute of it, and I knew he didn't understand. I knew he was being nice, but it really meant something to me.
Maybe what he loved was other people loving you.
Yeah.
That's quite a big deal, isn't it?
It really moved me, actually. I thought he really wants to see me do well. And I think that he also sees his influence, because he was very funny. He used to make me cry with laughter.
Mostly the audience, but I've thought about it, mostly, and then who do they represent, Who do they represent? Almost certainly it's your parents. Almost certainly it's your parents. Almost certainly you're showing off in the front room, putting your mother's hat on and pretending, acting silly. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Can you ever imagine not doing it then, Bill?
No.
And would you mind if you turned your boots up on stage?
No. As long as it got a laugh.
No, I wouldn't mind. But it'd be nice to do it in a field of daisies, wouldn't it?
As long as I could talk, I'll probably keep doing it.
Will you? So you have to do
Because
it.
the sick need in me is not going to change. I don't think people change in terms of their ego needs, no matter how old they are.
I guess dying on stage is a bit like dying in the saddle. Yeah, I would like that. I mean, like, there's some people I've known. One guy died on stage. Dick Shawn died on stage, and they thought it was
Tommy
a
Cooper died on stage.
Serious?
Our beloved Tommy Cooper. Yeah.
Died on stage?
Yeah. Everybody laughed.
He died on my show, live show.
Oh, that's
and
right.
he just died, and I was waiting to do the next gag with him. And that was dreadful, because he was an absolute hero. Hero. No one knew he died. And they had to put the curtain round him. And he was pronounced dead on arrival, and the stage was cleared.
Don't you think he would have chosen to go that way, though, Jimmy?
I don't think he would have wanted to go just then. You know, he wasn't that old.
Oh, it's dark in there. Right.
What do you think your obituaries will say about you?
This is gold, this silence. Yeah.
It will probably involve the word camp, funny man, and Irish.
Obscure Welsh comic dies.
Ex-black and white minstrel passes away.
Son Shagger of the Year dies.
Simon of the Dead.
Mac and PC in Death Horror Crash.
Noel Fielding amused some people with his wonky prog rock original thinking.
Even his death was derivative. Other people have died in this manner before.
I have done the best with the meagre talent I've been given. I'm really spinning. I am spinning this fucker out. Look, I think I'll be admired from that in the future. Look what he was given by God, and look what he did with it. That's extraordinary.
I'd hate my obit to be, he was funny. I'd hate that, because there's more to life than being funny. You know what I mean?
I think there's always been a bit of me that bristles at the idea that you can be funny just because you're wacko, and where the skill is discounted. The greatest compliment I was ever paid, it touched me very deeply, as I met Charlie Chaplin's widow. And she told me that after Charlie died, she used to watch 40 Towers to cheer herself up. And I thought, to cheer up Charlie's widow.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my tombstone.
I've got my headstone done. I have it.
yeah?
Oh, absolutely.
What does it say, Frank?
Frank Carson, comedian. And underneath, catchphrase, it's a cracker. It's the way I tell him, news at 10 sober. Rest in peace. And then underneath, quiet, isn't it?
Comedy.
Enjoy a Christmas bucket of French and Saunders tomorrow night at 10:45. Next tonight here on BBC One, a new take on the story of Christmas. Liverpool Nativity coming up.
Ta-da-da-dum, ta-da-ta-dum, ta-da-ta-da-ta-ta-da-ta. Ta-da-ta-da-ta-ta-dum. La comédie d'un jour, la comédie de ta vie.